Paul,
Okay.
how are you?
Yeah, I'm very well, I think. I've not long woken up. It's 9 in the morning here.
Is it? Well, it's I don't usually do them that early myself, so I'm fortunate to get you. When you get old like we are, you don't worry about doing them, as much. Anyhow, we've got to get through. We got
Yeah,
20 minutes. So it's Paul Gray from the Damned for anyone that didn't realise, and the Damned have been around. I think they played their first music. I think it was the 1812 Overture, the original. I think they've been around forever. So,
it seems like it. Yeah.
how did the band come together back in '76? Now, having said that, you joined in '80, I believe.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, and they dissolved in '77. So, how'd they come together in '76? What was it? What was all that shenanigans about back then?
Well, you know what? It was just an organic thing that happened. The term punk got added to it by journalists, people like Caroline Coon and Nick Kent. The punk, to us, punk was somebody from a Clint Eastwood movie or
Of course.
Iggy Pop, or something from those 60s garage bands, which we all loved. The Seeds, the Standells, Strawberry Alarm Clock. So, punk was just another kind of word that was regurgitated by the journalists to
Sure.
put this kind of musical style in a box, which is to me just raw rock and roll rebellion energy, the same as
Sure.
it kind of was with Elvis, and the Kinks and the Stones, different
So,
era, different look.
mates or musos? Were they mates at school or were they musos that met after school?
Captain and Rat were mates from working in the toilets at a venue in Croydon in South London.
As you do.
Everybody, yeah, as you do. I mean, nobody was really a muso. Very few of us had music lessons. But I did because my mum was actually a concert pianist back in the
Oh, cool.
50s. So I had a bit of a grounding in piano and melody and that. But most people, you just picked up a guitar. It was six-string guitars, probably had five strings on it. The bass was probably untunable with a warp neck.
Perfect.
The drum kit
Now,
fell apart, but hey, it was hitting things, it was plucking things, it was making a noise, and that's how it all started.
sure. Now, rat scabies, Captain Sensible, because was it because you turned up in 1980 that it was just Paul Gray, or was it like because you were the bass player and that's a pretty grey musical instrument? How come you didn't take on one
Is
of
it,
these?
it's a what? A grey musical instrument? How
Well,
dare you?
there's the old joke of, two girls meet and they said, "Oh, I was out last night. Oh, yeah, what happened? Oh, I fucking got taken." And I said, "What's that all about?" And she says, I slept with he said he was in the band, and I found out later he was the bass player. That sort of
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, yeah,
Boom,
yeah. All
boom,
bollocks.
full bollocks. All right. So what
Well,
what
no,
was the names?
yeah, I was in a band called Eddie and the Hot Rods, who started just a bit before the Damned in '75.
Yeah,
And we played the same venues. We were kind of high energy rock and roll band. We loved the Stooges, MC5, that kind of stuff, The Who. Same as Rat did and same as Captain did.
yeah.
So I love the Damned. Out of all the bands that started around then, the two that I really liked were the Damned and to a lesser extent the Stranglers. So I used
Right.
to go and see. They used to come and see the Hot Rods. We used to heckle each other. And eventually they kept badgering me to join them when Algie left. And I was a bit wary because I knew what they were like.
Yeah. Was you or your mate from the Stranglers?
No,
No.
none of
Okay.
them, none of them were my mates.
All right,
They're a bit
that's all
hard
right. I
to
just
get
thought
mates
from
with.
back in those days. All right, okay. Before we get on the music, obviously they credit you with the first ever punk single,
Mm.
and you had, from reading, you had final tours in '89, and you've had a few reformations throughout the period. Is that standard for someone that's been around for 50 years, you reckon, or
Probably. It's the
pretty?
damned, isn't it? I mean, anything could happen with this band. The one thing that the damned is unconventional.
Yeah,
You
yeah, yeah,
never know. We never know what's going to happen from one day, 1 month, one show to the next. We
yeah.
know when the start and when they're supposed to finish, but that doesn't always happen correctly.
Yeah.
which
Does
kind of
everyone
makes it
write?
fun. Yeah.
Everyone
Oh yeah.
writes, and has that changed much over the years? Because you've been, 50 years. You've basically been through just about every change that's taken place. All the
Mm.
technical stuff, all the streaming from original vinyl and CDs, all this sort of gear. Have you changed your sound much in that time?
Do you think we have?
No, obviously, probably not. But I mean, I
Yeah.
think a lot of people, like, we're probably more attached. We probably hear more of the popular songs all the way through as you make, like you've made 13 albums, I think, haven't you? And,
Yeah, yeah.
and
Everyone's been a bit different, but we can only write what we write. We don't write to a
yeah,
formula. We've never had a record company that has said, right, this album has been successful, this single's going to be successful.
yeah,
You need to write another one that sounds like that, which is what you get from a major record company. The Damned have never had a major record company like
no,
that,
no,
which I think we've been in some ways a bit unfortunate because we've lacked the push and the press and the publicity that a lot of bands got far bigger and more successful than we did because of
sure,
that.
sure.
But ultimately, he's given us freedom, and he's given us freedom to play with whoever we want, write exactly what we want.
Yeah,
When it comes together, we've all got very individual personalities and instrument
yeah,
styles.
yeah,
And when
yeah,
it comes together with this lineup, especially, with Captain Rat and Dave and Monty, it just sounds like the damn whatever you write.
yeah,
You
yeah.
could write
No,
curtain call, it still sounds like the damned. It's like
no,
30
no,
minutes
no.
for a prog thing almost.
You're right.
So
You're right.
it's just if people like it, great. And people are still liking it, which is why we're coming back to New Zealand and Oz again. We never thought we would. I mean, Brian, bless him, died last year. One of us could drop dead any time. We're at that age. It's been going so well. We thought, well, sod it.
But
Yeah,
it
let's
doesn't
go.
matter. I think consciously, as you get older, you become less detached from pursuit and all that sort of stuff. So basically, you
Yeah.
do it because you love it. And if you didn't love it, you stop doing it and you go fishing or something or other. But
The only thing we don't love is all the endless flying. That's
oh,
just
yeah,
a
it's a
real
long way.
chore.
It's a long way.
Playing's easy. The shows are great. You get the adrenaline. Every night's different. But yeah, the hanging about airports and
And
it's
getting over it because when you get older, jet lag is a real thing. What about the latest album? As I said, I think it's number 13. Not like everybody else came out in January this year.
yeah.
So I presume, are you touring that, or are you touring just all the old favourites?
No, we just did 3 shows with that album beginning of the year, and we played nothing but that album and a few of the old favorites. This one because it's highly unlikely we'll be back anywhere apart from England and America again.
Sure.
So I mean, I don't know none of us know what we're going to play yet. With this band, the set list is knocked up 2 minutes before showtime when the tour manager's putting his hair out and saying, guys, I need a set list for the sound man and the lights and everything. So it's yeah, it changes all the time, but hopefully, we'll put a few surprises and deep cuts, I believe they're called, in there as well. So yeah, it's 90 minutes of mayhem and madness. Anything could happen. So
Anything could happen.
yeah,
That's right. The damned. Okay, so um, what are the if I came to listen, what would I listen to on the new album? Or are you not? Yeah, I presume you're still punching the new album out because it's only 6 months old. So
we're doing the thing is with 13 albums, there's such a breadth of material to
yeah,
choose from.
yeah,
And if you leave out the old favorites, the punters get a bit
yeah,
disappointed.
exactly. Because
Um,
expectation.
yeah, so you've got to do them. And we always put out a thing on the socials, what songs would you like to
Yeah,
hear?
yeah, yeah, and get something back.
Yeah, sometimes you get listened to, sometimes it gets ignored. So
Sure.
you just, but hey, let's try that one and we'll try if it works. It works, it works. We're doing Making Time. We play Making Time from the last album.
Yep,
Um, we did the Iggy one a couple of times, Studio one a couple of times.
yep, yep,
Yeah, maybe we'll do another one. I mean,
yep.
we'll
Why
know the
not?
night before the show, I
What,
guess. Yeah.
how many times you been out here?
Australia, I think, well, this will be my third time.
Yep, yep. What do you look?
I hadn't come out here, or fourth, I think. Yeah, once with Will, once with Rat, once with Pinch. Remember walking over Sydney Bridge with Pinch, and this fourth time,
What are you looking forward to most?
the beer.
The beer. The
Love,
beer.
love Australian craft beer.
Draft or craft? Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
it's too good. We're
And the
too good.
sun and the reception's great. We really like Australia, which is
Yeah, the fans are special.
yeah, yeah, yeah. New Zealand too.
Yeah, well, they're half Australian, so they would be good,
Yeah.
wouldn't they? Don't tell them that. Don't tell them that. All right, here we go. We've got about 5 or 6 minutes left. Let's do some stupid questions to give the audience what they came for. If you could perform, they like these questions. If you could perform with any music artist, alive or dead, who would you choose? Why?
Oh, Rob Tyner, MC5.
Really?
Yeah. I did a single with him back in 77 with Stephen Graham from the Hot Rods. And he turned up with an auto harp. Do you know what auto harp
Yeah, yeah,
is?
yeah,
Yeah, yeah. And all the MC5 songs were written on an auto harp. Who'd have thought?
yeah.
And he wrote the lyrics on the underground on the tube on the way to the studio. A song called Till the Night Is Gone. It's on YouTube.
Too good.
Um, and he was the loveliest bloke, and he had the biggest and the best voice. And I adore the MC5, everything about them. So, yeah, I'd like done more with Rob Tyner.
Yeah,
Um, and I suppose, yeah, I like Rick Nielsen out of Cheap Trick. I like his
yeah,
guitar style.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, off the top of my head, those two.
When I was making a crack about the bass, I didn't actually believe that. I was just making a crack that people make about the bass. So
Just testing me out.
if
Yeah,
if
yeah.
if you come on out here, don't come looking for me and stand outside the window or anything.
I'll send me boys out
You
for you.
send the
Yeah.
boys. Yeah, I was a pawnbroker for 20 years, so I'd be pretty right. I reckon. I reckon
Oh, cool. Okay,
I
there
was
you
getting
go.
killed every day in that business, so I've got a understanding of what to do. What's the craziest thing you've ever done?
Oh God, where do you start?
Exactly.
I,
Well, remember
I
you've got a tour, so don't tell us anything that will
yeah,
get your
I,
visa revoked.
I don't even think that will make the book if it ever comes out. So I'm going to plead the fifth on that. But you have to
Most
use
people
your
do.
imagination.
Most people do. What's the one
Yeah.
topic you can talk about for hours?
Um, Cats.
The cats, as in cats, or
Yeah, cats as in
the
cats.
I thought you might have been talking about pussy. What's the, well, I mean,
Just global.
musos. Well, anyhow, what's the thing you like most about yourself?
Um, these five things still work well enough to play. The ears are giving me jit, but at least I can still use these. So I like
Do,
my fingers.
do you
I cut the
find?
top off one 10 years ago. I was out in the garden doing some chopping the clematis down and I thought, be careful that you don't chop the top of your finger off. The next thing I knew, I'd chop the top of my finger
Oh
off.
no,
And I had a show with Captain 10 days later, a festival. So I had to, it all bandaged up. They couldn't find the top to put it back on. So I had to learn all the songs with like these three fingers,
oh
this one
no,
up,
oh no.
rock and roll, eh?
How do you find? Do you have much? Because I don't know how old you are. I'm 68, so I would say that you
I
punch me
was
a couple.
68 2 days ago, so happy birthday, Paul.
Well, there you go. Respect your elders because I'm older than you. But do you find joints, or do you find what do you find? Because one of the things from my perspective, I'm a pretty conscious guy, and I just deal with whatever takes place. I don't really care what happens, and we just deal with whatever happens. And so there's no ego and no hierarchy or anything. You just talk and away you go. So do you find that your body's pretty cool, or do you find that it's a bit hard to, get round, especially
Well,
especially when you're performing? Because I mean, performance for 2 hours, probably an hour and a half, 2 hours is a pretty decent thing, especially if you're doing, 8, 10 nights over a couple of weeks.
That's easy. It's just being squashed up in planes and vans and airports. That's
That-
grueling.
That's the worst part.
I mean, I fucked my ears up 30 years ago. I've got tinnitus. I'm profoundly deaf now. So we've got screens around the jumps. Got to be really careful. And yeah, squashed in the plane seat, you wake and you don't get 3 hours sleep a night. So you feel wretched, but it's the best job in the world, isn't it?
It
So
is, it is. And you all get along well, obviously, after 50 years.
we
You,
do. It's a real laugh. Yeah, the jokes are cracked, the bottles are opened. It's a very happy band.
all right, here we
It's
go. Current or all time, these are favorites. Favorite album can be current if it's too hard to pick one out of the favorite out of all
I've
time.
got I've got so many, but probably Live at Leeds, The Who.
Aha, boom, boom. Uh, the Who. This could be a Abbott and Costello back and forth. The Who.
It could, but it's been done so many times. I'm going to ignore it.
Who's your favorite artist?
Bach.
Bach. Favorite every bass player's favorite. Favorite movie?
Oh, God, probably any of the Carry On films. I love the old 50s,
Sid.
60s humor. Yeah,
Fa-
all when
fa-
the old Ealing comedies, Sid James, Terry Thomas,
Yep,
all that kind
yep,
of stuff.
yep. Favorite place to visit? Australia.
Tuscany.
What's that?
Tuscany.
Tuscany. Who
Yeah.
who wouldn't? Who wouldn't? Favorite venue to play?
Oh, the Tivoli.
Cool. Favorite food?
I like curries.
Well, it's pretty common over there.
I
I,
like a good curry. Well, thank you, but I'm being honest.
well, it
I
is,
could
but
say
it is, but it
honestly
is. I
just to
think
make you happy, but I
I,
didn't.
I think the most common name in the phone book over there 20, 30 years ago was Patel. So I would imagine curries are a pretty common sort of food over there for
Well, I'm
most people.
vegetarian, so I like a lot of Italian food and curries. I'd knock a load of both of them up myself. I don't need Mr. Patel to do it. I can make a mean curry.
Good
So
work,
there.
good work, good work, good work. Favorite drink? Craft beer.
Yeah, definitely craft beer and Whitby gin.
And you sound like you'd be a nice person to drink with, mate. I think you'd have a few stories to tell. Favorite person in history, apart from me.
That's really difficult, isn't it?
Yeah. Do you have anyone
Uh,
that you sort of go to when you're telling your stories or examples or telling the kids
oh,
or grandkids, what to do or
favorite people in history.
dad,
Um,
wife,
you got me stumped there. I'm not
stumped?
married.
You don't,
Yeah.
oh, you're never married.
Oh yeah, I did. Yeah,
Oh, of course,
twice.
of course,
Well, yeah.
of course.
Another story.
That's another hour. We haven't got that time. And tattoos. Do you have any tattoos?
I don't.
Not
No.
one.
I've never been remotely interested in having a tat.
Oh my goodness. Okay, a
No,
couple of
never seen the point.
uh we're finished, but did you follow the English side there in the World Cup? No interest
Uh, I've got no interest in football. I find it tedious.
and dangerous. Tedious and dangerous if you go
Well,
along.
getting paid a few million quid a week. I mean, what's a bit of danger? But
Well, if you're
yeah.
playing, if you're going, you got to make sure that you sit on the right side of the oval or you're in trouble.
Well, I just sit in the pub away from it all.
That's still not, it's still, I've seen plenty of British movies where sitting in the pub is just as dangerous. So I'm not sure unless we get all the rubbish come across here. Thank you, mate. Thanks, Paul. Appreciate it.
It's nice to speak to you.
It's been fun. Have a great tour and
Thank
have a
you.
have a great finish. And I'll do another interview in 10 years when we're 78, and
Good
I'll
man.
ask you what it's like after 60. Good on you, bud. All the best.
Yeah, cheers, man. ta
Bye bye.